thing you've got to ask when watching yourself on videos with your dog when it's hunting is, could you comfortably shoot over that dog? Is it missing big pockets of ground, or is it systematically working it out? And it's got its head down, it's not popping in the cover, it's not looking at you for instruction. You want a dog that will work for you and not work for itself. So we want a dog to be a partnership between you and your dog. This only comes with repetition, repetition, repetition. You have to work with your dog as a team. And this is a fine example of Wizz. See how fast he stopped when I shouted, shoot it? He was looking for the rabbit. He was looking for the shot because he's been conditioned, he's been shot over. At this stage, he was probably at his best, as in he could slow down and hunt cover systematically, thoroughly, and not miss much ground. His ground treatment was good. But he wasn't a baby at this stage. He wasn't just racing around like a headless chicken. This dog is showing you he can hunt at this stage. And I think this is probably his best age, I think. He was probably 4 years old at this point. He'd got the experience. You could handle him on a sixpence. He'd been shot over for two and a half seasons. He'd been picking up for 2.5 seasons. And he was just a pleasure to take to Scotland and watch him work. And this is centred ground, and this is why we go to Scotland, for this condition, so they can pop a rabbit out every half hour, every 20 minutes. Sometimes you get into 3 or 4 rabbits, and sometimes you don't see nothing for an hour and a half. But it gives the dog something to do because there's scent there. There's scent there where the rabbits have been. And this is August time when we tend to go to Scotland for that reason, because the cover's about right. It's a harsh place, and if you went there this time of year, there's nothing there. There's no cover. It's all down. It's starting to grow at the moment, but you're wasting your time. And that's why we'd always meet other dog people, gun dog people, shooting over their spaniels in August up in Scotland, because that's the time when they come across from Ireland and they travel. We come all the way from Cornwall. Andy's come across from Jersey to do this. This is boring to some people, but not to us. This is dog work. This is proper dog work. We're teaching these dogs to be hunting machines. We're not wanting them to be test robots. But if you've got a dog hunting like this in front of you with very little whistle, very little commands, in a test, the judge is going to be impressed because the head's down, it wants it. But in the environment, it's like you look at the championship. It's normally run in places where there's game everywhere. So everywhere the dog puts his nose, there's game. Well, this dog would go up another 2 gears if it was at the championship. And yet, it's systematically going through the cover. And I could comfortably shoot over this dog. And that's when you know your dog is at the right stage. When you can bolt a couple of rabbits out and you can blow the stop whistle and the dog watches them away. When you can push the dog after the rabbit, after you've seen the rabbit go down there, and watch him take a line and produce the rabbit again. There's something majestic about it. This is the art of hunting with your spaniel, and that's what it's about, I think. Pointers have got their job, and they look fantastic. Labradors do their job, but this is where the spaniel becomes the master, the craftsman. Puts his head down and will punch out stuff for you, and he'll love it, or do it all day until he drops dead if you let him. The idea is we work these dogs for about 15-20 minutes at the most, and then change over dogs. So if you've got one dog and you travel to Scotland, you just burn him out. I think we went to Scotland with about 6 or 7 dogs on this occasion, and we actually went in Andy's truck for a change.
I know what he wants.
Andy says he wanted me to drive, so I drove his truck. And it was a newish truck, and it was a lovely trip to Scotland we had. But if you don't put the commitment into training your dog and working your dog, then you don't expect to get the quality of the dog training that I show you. It has to be a commitment, and there's a lot of commitment that these boys, especially the trial boys, who really, they're every year winning with these dogs. They put the time in, they put the hours in, the commitment, and that's what it's about. You've got your part-time trainers, you've got your people who just turn up for a laugh and think they can train a dog, and then you've got the people who really get out and train a dog, and that's the video shows you this, the commitment that we put in. We spend hours and hours upon the moor, up on the hill, working these dogs. And I don't own this moor, but I've been going here for 25 years. Does it bother me if I see other people there? Not in the slightest. It's nothing to do with me. It's not mine. But it's a fantastic place because
my dog's on CSJ.
We seem to always find rabbits there most years. Now some years they're sparse because Mixie gets them, but you just move around to other places. And I've got a number of places in this area that in Dumfries that I absolutely love. This actually isn't Dumfries, but this is.
Now, if he was finding rabbits absolutely everywhere, he'd go for another 2 gears. But he's got to hunt.
But I've got places in Dumfries that I can actually shoot, and it's ground like this, and this is where you've got to give them the experience. Now, I show you plenty of videos of ground like this down in sunny Cornwall. We've got the ground, we've got the conditions that look ideal, look exactly what this is like. But guess what? There's no rabbits there. Where here, there is rabbit scent and rabbits, and that way it gives the dog a different purpose to get its head down and really enjoy what it's doing. And that's what it's about, everyone. So there you go.
Because you don't ruin them, you don't run them in flat into the ground, you don't bore the tits off them, right, just walking with them hunting. But hey, everyone to their own. I'm just showing you the way Chris Upton does it. If I blow that turn whistle, I expect him to turn. But I expect him to turn anyway. I expect him to listen to me with every command that I give. But what I won't be doing is nagging him. Is that as a pheasant? I want him back here now. He's had enough up there. That is a pheasant. We can put it up. No problem at all. I don't want one of these dogs that are only 2 feet from you. But I want a dog that's hunting within range. This is just the right height, this is. See a rabbit away. Another one away, look. Look at that for a contact flush. There, look. "30 years of training dogs." There he goes. There goes the rabbit. There's the dog. Gone away. If you've got a trainer and he can't show his own dogs working that he's trained himself, don't bother going to him. It's as simple as that. Find a trainer who likes showing off his dogs because they do the job properly. Been some here. Now, difference is, if I hunted that dog for 3 hours, he'd kill himself. He'd kill himself because he hunts at such a pace, you have to give him a break. But that doesn't mean I can't go shooting for 3 hours. That means I've got to give him a break in between. So he'll do 20 minutes, have a break, 30 minutes, have a break. No different than in a beating line. If you're in a beating line, you push the beating line through, then you're standing around or you're driving off to the next shoot, next drive, next drive, next drive. You do 5 or 6 drives on some shoots. At the end of the day, that dog's got to have enough stamina to go all day. But why do you need to work the dog all day if you've got 6 dogs all waiting to come out? You can work one drive, one another drive, and that way you're not burning your dog out. By the time it's 6, it's walking on you because it's like burnt out. You've over-schooled it on game, over-schooled it on the shoots. But hey, everyone to their own. At the end of the day, I like a dog with a bit of drive, a bit of go in him. So when he comes across a rabbit, he's exciting to watch. Right, and he wants that rabbit. And if you don't blow that stop whistle, he'll chase that rabbit because you've conditioned him to push it out into the open. And so I'm giving him a break. While we're standing here talking, I'm giving him a break because look at him, look, now he's blowing. He wasn't blowing back there. I noticed he started to slow down. And so all I do is give him 10-minute break and then start off again. And when I start him off again, cast him off and look at the pace he goes. Why do I need a dog going any faster than that? But I need a dog covering the ground properly. So I'm standing still. Right across me, look. If I want to blow the whistle and control him, I can blow the whistle and control him. But he knows the pattern. Then one here. He's telling me. I can trust him in the long stuff. I can take him in the shallow stuff, in the shorter stuff.